Hi, 8th grade. Our next unit is a persuasive writing unit. Now, at this point, you should have already taken some notes in your notebook about what persuasive writing is. Keep that in mind while I go through this presentation. As soon as you're finished watching this video, ask me for a brainstorming worksheet because that'll be the next step, okay? So Thomas Jefferson just recently got a very large monetary donation. Miss Maloney, our principal, is in charge of deciding where this donation money should go. So it is your job to persuade Miss Maloney in a letter, so instead of an essay, we're going to write another letter, where you think this donation money should be spent. So as I'm going through this presentation, I'm not going to read every word, just kind of skim as I talk about every slide. So there are three possible options where we can spend this money. You can invest it in personnel. Those are the underlined words here in the middle. Personnel is hiring more people. You could spend that money on building improvement. So wherever you feel like the building is lacking, you could invest the money there. If you think, wow, we really need more technology or better technology, you could invest the money in technology. So the assignment is the second bullet. You need to write a persuasive letter clearly stating your view on how the money should be spent and why, focusing on student achievement. It's a formal 5-paragraph essay format, but it will be a letter. So if you think we definitely need more people in the building, start to kind of decide what type of staff member is needed. Is it a teacher? Is it a paraprofessional? Do you need hallway monitors? Is this a staff, faculty, administration? Where do you think we could use more people? At the bottom here, the second bullet, these are kind of your restrictions. You could employ one teacher for 4 years. You could have 4 teachers for 1 year. There's not enough money to go beyond that. Paraprofessionals, you could spend invest the money in quite a few more of those. A police officer, something like that. And if you have any questions on specifically how that money would be spent and how much money you have, just let me know. So if you think we need building improvement, there's not enough money to, build a new gym or a science wing or anything like that. But if you really think we could use supplies or equipment, update current features, small things on the inside or the outside, that's what you can spend the money on. Sports equipment, water fountains, lockers, updated bathrooms, that kind of thing for building improvement. If you think we need technology, now technology is a little bit more expensive. You can't go one-to-one with laptops or tablets at Jefferson. We could buy 20 devices. We could buy a program. We could update our Wi-Fi. We could build maybe one more lab. You need to decide the logistics of it, exactly what and where. The topic is, what is the best way to spend the donated money so it has the greatest impact in the school? To invest in like the chess club, although is a great idea, but there aren't very many people, if we even have a chess club, it won't have the greatest impact. So where can we spend the money where it's going to impact the most amount of people possible? That's one thing that you're going to have to think about. If you are investing the money in a small program, think about how the impact will be greater than that small group. Remember, you need to consider the greater good. Our principal is trying to spend the money really wisely so you can impact the most amount of students. So before you start writing, brainstorm, our current needs of the school, the pros and cons of each choice. You're responsible for coming up with the details and the rationale for each option. You're also going to have to decide the logistics of it. If you are investing in a teacher, where is that teacher's classroom going to be? What kind of supplies are they going to need? What exactly are they doing? Same for the computer programs or the building improvement, exactly where is this money going? What exactly do you need? You have to come up with the logistics of it. So right now in your notebook, either rewatch the video, jot down a few notes, be ready to start brainstorming, because when you start brainstorming, you're locking in on one idea, okay? So when you're ready, come get a brainstorming sheet from me.